Okay. Aubrey's first on my screen. Following the demo we had yesterday, do you guys have anything to raise? Any help you need?
Hi. So me and Blake had just met with Michelle at 12, and we kind of went over GitHub issues and putting that in as we're getting ready to go back to school. So the next people that step up will be ready and know, all the issues that we're having and be ready to step right in.
Okay.
I think Aubrey was handling some other meetings with people today, but yeah, that's our update.
Okay, so it's kind of a division of labor because I know for a fact that Aubrey is staying on, and you guys will be going back at the end of August.
And I've kind of taken up a bit of Aubrey's time, unfortunately. So, sorry.
Aubrey's looking so fancy today.
Oh, so fancy.
Earrings and everything. Okay. Okay, well that sounds good. To reach out on the channel if you get stuck with anything. And I know we gave you some stuff to change. Did we give you anything major to change on the interview? Or was it kind of good to go?
There were some language things, but nothing too major. Just kind of the language on making sure that they're together when they're filling out stuff.
Of course. So maybe what we can do is we can actually just assign that as going to be going to the courts next week, David.
Yeah, that, and we still need and I don't know if we've heard back yet about the form says probate and family court, but it can also be sent to district court.
Right, were we waiting on Katie Milton for that?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I talked to her yesterday and she said she'd be looking at the form today. So if I haven't heard from her by Monday morning, I'll just follow up.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Aubrey. Okay, perfect.
Aubrey, if you don't hear from her by the end of today, just follow up. Because she works part-time and she's got a little girl, so she works on weekends and late at night and stuff.
But just bug her.
Yeah, just bug her.
No, we met her daughter and everything, so she's very sweet and responsive. So
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There was something else that I wanted to say about the forms we saw yesterday. I don't remember it, but one thing in general for folks is I found that list collect cannot make a maximum value, so we will have to figure out solutions around that.
So
we can do
specifically thinking about the docket number. That's a list collect, right? So
yeah, but we don't even know if that is needed to be done. Like we should talk to Kate first about that. Okay, so that's not currently on the MVP list. So
okay, great job, guys. And again, great demo yesterday. Eric and Sam and Mark. Didn't Mark, just Eric and Sam. Did you have a haircut?
Yeah, I did get a haircut the other day. I've been waiting for months, but
everybody's like getting ready to go back to school. It's like
she's getting tired of it. Anyway, so Eric and I this morning, we went through and tried to figure out the GitHub documentation, and kind of we're trying to test it out and see if we could pull stuff and interact with each other and get some of our code actually into like a master repository. We kind of ran into one small issue where Eric created kind of like the name of the repository that we want to use. And then I think you did register it with the Lit Lab, right, Eric?
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, and it was registered, but it has nothing in it. And I'm trying to transfer our master code into that, but I think that needs to be deleted first. So whoever has control of the thing, unless like Eric, you can just drop the code in there.
You could drop the code, but you'd lose all the history. So it's nice to do the transfer. So I'll just delete the one that's there. What is it?
It should be Affidavit of Indigency Supplement.
I can link it in the chat just to be sure.
Yeah,
perfect.
You can do it afterwards, but that's just something that we ran into. The other errors were cleared up because I had a call with Michelle, and we're good. We kind of are slowly getting GitHub a little bit more.
The one that has nothing in it, I think I can safely delete it.
Yeah, that's the one that has nothing in it. Yeah.
I owe you guys I got some screenshots for the income, when we're talking about the check boxes for the categories.
Yep.
I found the screenshots for the income. It turns out I didn't do check boxes for the expenses, but I've been looking at some other financial websites. So I think you could certainly do it. And I can just so basically lumping the similar types of expenses together, like housing expenses, childcare expenses, automobile, it's something like, personal, we can figure out something like that. And then you can do your check boxes like that.
Okay, that would be great. I'll Slack message you at
Yeah.
the end of this just
That's
to
what I
see
say.
if we can get that.
Just a reminder to Caroline.
Other than that, we're
fine.
just divvying up the rest of our work and we're good to go.
So it sounds like you're pretty proficient with GitHub stuff, and transferring something into a new repository is something that I actually need to learn how to do, and somebody else needs to learn how to do. Perhaps you guys could jump on a call. Maybe I won't ask that of Eric, but like next week sometime, because there's somebody, the new team member, Spencer Aiken. He needs to learn how to do that, and he has watched the GitHub video, but I think he's still a little bit uncertain. So having somebody who's just kind of gone through it and familiar with it from a beginner's perspective would be really good to have that. So maybe we can just schedule a call sometime next week to do that.
Yeah, with beginner stuff, I feel comfortable enough to be able to explain it. So I'd be
perfect.
cool with that.
Because we both have GitHub accounts and everything. It's just like, as I said, my error that Lance and I were doing is we have accidentally got the civil action cover sheet on the master, like the MA virtual courts thing. We didn't create our own repo for it. So we've been doing all of our stuff on there, and we don't want to delete that. We don't want to just copy and paste the code into a new repo, because then you, as David said, you lose all the history. So we want to be able to transfer it. So it'll be nice just to talk that through. I'll put you offline.
Reasonably straightforward, just to put people at ease.
But it helps if you have somebody.
Yes, it does help. It does put up a lot of like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this?
Is there maybe this is a Monday thing, but I think would be really helpful is if there was some more automatic system, so that as soon as you transfer ownership, the people who are transferring ownership then automatically get permission to push branch to whatever you do.
So the people
create new branches and do PRs.
So the people who transfer ownership, the person who transfers ownership retains permissions. The people who need permissions are the team members, and that I don't think has been figured out yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Also on the thing for Monday, maybe we can just discuss it if we have time.
Also, we might want to discuss. I realize if we're making another task now that I just realized, but discuss setting up a Google script for, instead of the Zapier one, because it's all coming from my account, and it's getting a bit out of hand. Just like I'm trying to go back through them, and it's a bit, anyway. So, and the other is to write it in such a way that people can copy paste for their interview. So be coming in per interview, not all of them to the MA virtual courts.
I put that on the to-do list.
Awesome. Okay. Great.
I understood like very few words of it, but okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay, perfect. So guys, I'll message you guys offline. That'll be really, really helpful, and I think Spencer would appreciate that as well. You can make a new friend in Colorado. Okay, next up on my screen is Mike. How's it going with your 2 forms?
Good. No real updates since yesterday, so same place.
Do you need any?
So Mike and I met with Matt in the morning, and then Gordon, and then I just was back to back all day yesterday. I did not get a second to do any readability edits yet, but I'm holding him up on that one. That's on my list for before Monday.
If you're held up, I do think we can start writing issues in that repository and making progress there. Like I haven't talked about this a lot, but as we're transitioning out of the summer, I think starting to create this kind of documentation might be really useful. So if you're sitting around doing nothing, I've got some stuff for you to do.
I think that what it works well with Nola and Sinead by almost creating it's essentially a to-do list, putting what they need to do in there and GitHub issues. Are you familiar with GitHub issues, Mike?
No, not really, no.
Well, I've got 2 people who just became familiar with them that might be willing to give. It's really like a 5-minute thing.
Yeah. So one of the less scary things on GitHub. Yeah.
I know Michael and Michael's also going to be keeping working with us. He's in the lab, it looks like, right?
Yep.
You know, it's a good to have tasks that can transition.
Yeah.
That being said, I know, no, go ahead, Mike.
Well, I was also going to say, so the consumer default form I'm working on, when we got it from Matt, there was one for just like plain consumer default, and then there was one for COVID specific.
Mhm.
So we had talked about doing an interview for that. So I was actually just going to start working on that. But if you have other things for me to do that you think might be more important, then I'm open to doing those.
And Matt's got a whole battery of doc assemble interviews he wants to do.
Maybe we'll discuss those priorities separately then. And if you want to start heading into that form, then, you know, for now, feel free.
I think it'll be largely the same as what we've done, not refactoring, but rather re-implementing the code that the logic that Matt's put together for that, right? How different is the form? How different is it from the non-COVID time one? Or did we do the COVID one first?
I looked at it like a while ago when you guys first gave it to me, so I kind of forget, but I don't think it was that far off.
We might be able to reuse the questions.
Yeah, it should be honestly just like a couple of like different questions, and that's it. And it was a short interview to begin with too, so like I don't think it'll take me that long to do it.
Okay.
If you can ping me on, well, I'll ask other coding people, but what I mean is more like a basic questions, but for this particular form, so that when you rewrite them for writability, you don't have to edit them in two places, but readability, not writability.
Okay.
But Quentin, maybe you and I should talk about that first. I don't know. If we want to bring that complexity in, that's all.
Okay. Glad to hear that Mike's also staying on. Other than Aubrey and Mike, is there anybody else who's going to be staying on? Mia? Eric? Obviously Eric.
Decides.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, cool. So
it's worth, I should point out that I had mentioned that I was looking into credit options. And so the folks who take the lab class, it looks like there'll be an option to do either 2 or 3 credits for that. So
cool. Get my credits
that's something
in.
for folks to think about.
Thank you for that update. Okay, so then we've got Mia and Vinny. How are you guys doing? I know we had kind of what was supposed to be the third and final demo, but there were some comments.
So it's going good. We're just doing, or I think all of the ones that we can fix on our own have been fixed, and then we're like waiting for, you guys are doing your meeting on Monday to discuss some of the ones that, and then once that happens, we'll integrate those. I've started working on the testing round 3 for the review screens, and then that's just where we're headed.
I wonder, it would be really good to document did you guys document after that call how you guys are going to go about testing the review screens? Is it anything different to the normal testing structure?
We had a call, it was Michelle, it was both the teams, and we had discussed I think, Aubrey, did we record that call? I think you played.
Yeah, I have the recording.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Perhaps if you guys are all consenting, if everyone was on that call, on this call, I would like to just upload that to YouTube, because I think that that's going to be quite beneficial when we have to proceed with testing review screens.
Okay.
So
how would you like me to send it, Maeve?
You can just drop it on the Slack, and then once I've got it, I'll delete it from the Slack so we save some space.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much, Blake. That was good thinking of you guys to record it. I should have.
Yeah, I forgot. I was the one who recorded it, honestly. So.
No worries. Thank you very much. Okay, so you're just waiting on us basically to make some decisions on Monday, and otherwise you're prepared for like proceeding with testing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sounds good. And Vinny, when is your MPRE again? MRE? Wednesday. Okay, well, we'll make sure to wish you luck. Fingers crossed. Okay, and then James and Eleni, I'm not sure Jason's not here. How are you guys doing after your review earlier this week?
Yeah, we're doing well. We're just working on fixes right now.
Okay. Also, just a heads up that you guys, all the demos are uploaded onto YouTube. So if you forgot something that was mentioned, or if you want to just make sure that you've caught everything, you can go and look at them on YouTube. You can just search for the name of your form in the bar, except for the generic motion for family law. I think I called that the proper name, which was temporary emergency, something like that. Okay, so that is it. Anybody else have anything they need to add?
Are we having any demos today?
No, we're just having Casual Friday.
Casual Friday.
That's why Aubrey dressed up for Casual Friday.
Obviously.
Right. That's what you do on Casual Fridays.
You dress up.
Pick it up.
Well, maybe I'm going to stop recording quickly and then